Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up, what up, what is up, TGIFF? We made it. We're here. I didn't update the date. Darn it. We were so close. My date is off, clearly. Yesterday was the 3rd. Will only affect us for one slide. Matter of fact, we'll just get that right off the screen. How about that? Nobody saw it? Nobody saw nothing, but I hope you guys saw what we were doing last night live with our friend of the program, Razor Sharp Picks. The squad was assembled. That's combat. That's a combat night right there. MMA Jeff was doing what MMA Jeff does. Man, we were all cashing. We were all making some cash on last night's card. Lots and lots and lots of fun. I hope you guys did get a chance to tune in and check it out. Some good live bets. Some hockey bets. Man, it was fun. It was just fun. We had the full crew assembled. It's always fun when I don't remember if I finished it off or not. I don't think I did. So Thursdays are always a good time, but we're going to keep this thing rotating. We're going to have the PFL next Friday. So we might have to change from Thursday to Friday. Listen, I'm a believer in consistency, right? You guys get in here. You help us out by showing up on a regular basis. And, the least we can do is let you know when to show up. And so keeping things consistent is very important. That's why you see us. Programming comes out around the same time every single week. The live streams are around the same time every single week. But if you guys had fun like we did with the PFL, we might have to change it to the next 2 Fridays. So we'll see. I'm working on a couple of new shows as well. I can't wait for this. I think you guys are going to like this new show that we have coming up. I'm excited about it. I want to tell you right now. Can I tell you right now? No, I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm not going to tell you right now. You're going to wait. You're going to have to wait. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be very meaningful. I think it's going to help us win more money. And I'm excited. I'm excited about what's coming up. So stay tuned, you guys. There's a lot that's out there right now for you to peruse to get ready for this weekend. I know I personally updated the playbook again today. I got the All About the Finish parlay. That is the name that I have given it. Picking a fighter to win by sub, a fighter to win by decision, and a fighter to win by KO. Boys will get in there and put their components in. I've got the split decision parlay out there as well. What else do we have? Loaded. We got the update. We lost a fight. We're down 1. And surprisingly, it's another sub fight. So we're down another fight. We went from 13 to 12. One fighter did get swapped out, and another fighter got pushed in. This fighter that got brought in on short notice fought just 4 weeks ago from the LFA. So it's all in the playbook. The UFC playbook's out there. The VB MMA and Ramon Scott show out there. The First Strike show out there. The rugby show with Dan and Smythe out there. Soccer with Sub out there Saturday, tomorrow afternoon. He's got a play that he's broken down for you in Arsenal and Everton. He's got a play that's out there. It's a shorty, but it's a Monday play. You might want to consider that for a parlay piece. So we're loaded up. We're ready to go. We've got golf, of course, in play. I haven't even taken a look at the leaderboard. Let's just take a quick peek. I know Jeff and I both are trying to get this thing this week. I know he was messaging me earlier. He said burger was very much in play. I ate something piping hot last night after the stream, and I scorched. I can't even tell you what it was. I scorched the roof of my mouth. It's all I can feel right now. It's all I can feel. Daniel Berger, there's Jeff's guy, 6 under. Man, the leader, Brian Harmon, rolls up to 12 under. 600 today is unbelievable. But Daniel Berger's there. Let's see, who did I get involved with here? Fleetwood had himself a tough day. Denny McCarthy in play. And we've got some top 10s out there, some top 20s, some top 5s. Bud Colley. I mean, there's just a lot of good stuff happening. So you got to check it out. The post tab over at Sports Money. You know it's loaded up. It's ready for bear. And again, the playbook is pretty much rolling. We're pretty much locked in for this thing here. You know, we'll continue to live bet and have a lot of fun as we get into it on the live show. We'll keep our eyes and ears up for when this actually is going to start. It looks like they're saying 6. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Keep your notifications on. Speaking of notifications being on, I hope that the enhanced member are enjoying the day that we've got today. We did take a loss. We took a loss in both teams to score soccer, plus 125 spot there. In La Liga, 4-0. The other boys spent the first half of the second half, completely dominating, trying to build, and they couldn't fire and get that goal for us. So that was a loss. However, the post tab is firing here. We are, so I think I released 2 sets of baseball plays, I believe was the key. What do we started out with here? First 5 under 4.5 for the Blue Jays cashed already today. The Cubs minus 1.5 cashed already today. And we have the Yankees parlayed with the team total over 3.5. That's looking pretty good. Also, that is the last leg of a 7-leg parlay that I have put together that should win, hopefully. Afternoon plays. Keep your eyes and ears open here. Enhanced member plays. Oakland, currently up right now. Nationals. All you bronze members out there, you heard me. Nationals was an enhanced play provided today. Go out there, put some cash on it, then come back here. Toss an extra 5 into your membership so that you can get silver and gold. We got a whole bunch of plays, and it's going to continue like this throughout the summer with different sports that are being fired upon. So right now, 3-2, Oakland is up. The Yankees are up 7-1. It's like right around my back teeth, too. That's all cut up and busted up. I'm excited for this Phillies and Dodgers game today. What a battle. I was looking at the card this morning and I was like, really? We're going to get this game this time of the year? What a perfect spot for 2 teams firing red hot in the NL. That's going to be a ton of fun. The Nationals was an enhanced play that I gave out there for our silver and gold members. We are viewer supported, so we appreciate you guys that, have offered a little extra in the way of the memberships to further support us and help us keep the lights on. And that's why we're putting together these plays for you guys. Evening card. We got quite a few baseball games going on here. There's a 6-pack. Well, really, there's the 6:45 games as well. We won't get into those, but the Braves and Marlins will pop off at 7:15. Baltimore and KC, Tampa and Texas, Cincinnati and Milwaukee, Cleveland and the Angels. Just a 3-pack in the NHL. Just a 3-pack. So, bear with me. I haven't scorched the roof of my mouth, and I can't tell you how long. I can tell you I did it last night. You guys know what I'm saying. You know what that feeling is. I don't wish that upon anybody. That'd be a hell of a torture technique, just to keep roasting somebody's mouth. Anyways, we've got action in Major Leagues. We've got action in the NHL, and we've got action in the NBA, a full NBA slate tonight. I'll give you guys a couple props. I got at least one prop in the NBA. Now, breaking news. The rest of the world has finally caught on to the Ovechkin 2+ goals. You've heard it everywhere tonight, right? He's 2 goals back. He's got the Blackhawks tonight. Why not take a shot at the 2+ and 3+ goals for Ovechkin? Plus 500 for 2+, plus 1,900 for 3+. Yeah. We've been talking about it since 11 games to go. I know that for a fact because we tracked it down. We started writing it down. 11 games to go. We started talking about it. But, hey, we're tip of the spear. We're innovators. And the rest of the marketplace are laggards. You guys know what that means? That means we will continue to develop and show everybody how to do it. And the rest of them can try to figure it out based on us giving them the best examples. That's not a conceited. That's just the way it goes, man. Seems like that's the situation on the regular. So enough of me talking about how good we are. You tell me how good you think we are. I'm just kidding. But I'm fired up. I'm excited for the weekend. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a good card in place tonight, and we've had a really productive day. So I'm excited for that. And again, I appreciate all you guys that do take the opportunity. Lots of gifted memberships. Over 180 gifted memberships last month. Free. And so a lot of you guys had asked us for extra plays. You wanted some of our best bets, some extra spots that we didn't talk about. And so we thought this was the most appropriate way to get them out there for everybody. Basically cost you $5 a month. That's it. We're going to go 5-1 this afternoon. That's it. Let's go. Let's get to work here tonight, you guys. Before we even do anything else, though, we do appreciate you guys that do support us. And want to take an opportunity to ask you guys that please do continue to gift your memberships. We love the donated memberships. We love the donos as well. But the most important thing you can do is smash the thumbs up button for us. That's how we grow this thing. That's how we crack this YouTube code and continue to get bigger. The bigger we get, the louder our voice, the more people will hear us, and the more they'll come over here and share their best bets with us so that we all continue to win collectively as we grow the community. Close the chat, hit the thumbs up, pop the chat back open, and let's go to work. Can't believe I scorched my mouth. You know, anyways, let's go. Let's get to this business of the business here. We'll try to get this thing done here. We had a nice little time yesterday. We knocked her out in an hour. We've been nailing that time slot here for the week, but want to get sure that we don't miss anything that you guys are out there contributing in the chat. We want to see those best bets. I told you guys the best chat in the business assembles here. They're giving you their best bets. This is how we grow. This is how we grow the channel. This is how we grow the community. This is how we grow our bankrolls. Caring and sharing, and commenter numero uno is sharing his action today. Now, he's been hot, and he cooled off yesterday. He took the day off. Said no best bet. Wasn't going to force it. But he's coming back with an Arizona-Washington Nationals over 8.5 spot out there. For Jover, that's going to be a 645 pop-off right now. That best number is minus 105. Still widely available from Jover. It's Fott versus Irvin in a battle in Washington. Washington is battling all over the place right now. Let's go. Gerald Jones is here. Let's get fired. 4-0 this week, man. It gets me jacked up to see you guys having success and sharing your success. You guys deserve all of the success that you get. I'm just appreciative that you come here to share it with us. I want to get involved. I want to get paid. I tell you, boys. You know that. Not afraid to say that. I also give you the credit where it's due. You'll never hear me give out your play and pass it off as my own. That's just not cool. I don't know how this whole thing has evolved, but hey. I love it. Let's go. Let's get my guy going here. He's got South Carolina, Texas. 124.5. What are we doing? Over or under? 31-18. Damn impressive. I just need to know if we're going over or under. That's all. That's all. I'm sure you'll comment on there, and I'll see it here in a second as I scroll down the chat, but I'm writing it down. Let's go. Nicholas Handy's here. Silent Rob's ready to go. He says, parlayed your midday MLB. Looking pretty good. God damn right. It's looking pretty good. I did the same. I added a couple other plays in there. And the 7-leg parlay. Well, it's 7 legs, but the 6th leg is actually the Yankees and the over team total. Brought that juice way down. Certainly brought that juice way down. Okay. Then because I'm sick, I parlayed the Yankees and the Athletics. And the second after I did it, both teams scored. It was great. Talk about being sick. Let me get the marbles out of my mouth here. Man, I had a huge RBI play on Arenado in that Red Sox game. Fucking 100 runs in that game. And then in the 9th inning, there's an error, so the boys score off of his at-bats, but he doesn't get the RBI on top of it. Man, that's criminal. It's criminal. Should have called the cops. He felt mugged. Okay. Joseph Alvarado's here. Appreciate my guy Joseph Alvarado in the house. Let's get this money. Nicholas Handy. Remember when Justin Verlander was a bad mother? I do remember. I feel like that with all of Houston's guys, but I feel like Houston's time is done. It's over. Ignatius Pennyfeather the 7th says, great stream last night, Mike. Yeah, that was fun. Irish Kings here. Phil the Kill says, I didn't smile from the end of that Blue Jackets until the Tigers won a run line today, I think. Yeah. Yes, sir. Erica Taylor's in the house. Is Mavs team total over tomorrow? It's a lock for Erica Taylor. Okay. Erica Taylor, I will write that down. Mavs team total over. I'm always good for a lock. Why not? Irish King needs the Yankees -1.5 and San Francisco first 5 -1.5 for the afternoon games. All right. Okay. Nine Legacy. Looking for the paid in full parlay of the day. A nice dog parlay. Fernando Mendoza, 7-1. Could have swept the board this morning, but Padres lay an egg. He's on the Cubs -1. Gave it out. I hope you guys do have Twitter turned on there for Sports Money Wins, because that is where we comment when we do have plays and comments and issues. Things being posted on the post tab. You'll never miss any of the action if you have your notifications turned on over there. Ramon Scott's been running so hot, and he's giving us some content. He says the big rugby match of the week covered on the NRL preview video with Dan and Smythe goes off tonight, 2:30 a.m. Eastern. So this is the night to check it out. Wake and win. I like it. Wake and win. Sounds great. Sounds good to me. Good call, Ramon. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. A lot of fun last night, Ramon. Had a good time. Some would say the best time. Fernando says, took them pants off. Someone said something about their team total and got me off. Trisha M. in the house. She's taking the OB2 goals tonight. Why not? Everyone's talking about it tonight. It's nice to be innovative, isn't it? Isn't it? I laughed when I heard everybody talking about it today. And then 3+. I was like, skip over 2. Why not? Might as well take 3. Wayne Gretzky should be in attendance, and they're home. So I would imagine if they are going to get it done, he'd want to do it at home. Keep in mind, he broke his leg in, December? Was it November, December? And here he goes. There's Daddy Beats. He's got the 2+, 894. Where'd you get that? Holy shit. Holy shite. Bo Jackson says cash with them Mets. I love Bo Jackson when he's cashing against his Toronto team. It's great. That's a true money maker right there. Kelly B's in the house. Let's go. Jay Main. Peter Crossi is here, ready to go. He says, happy Friday. Stop Geo Engineer says, hit the like button. Fernando Mendoza says, yeah, it was Dabby. Glad I got busy at work because I would have gone 7-2. Hey, that happens. I hope for a lot of runs in that Nats game, says Jay Main. Is Yankees and over parlay looking good for Peter? Kelly V likes the over 226 in the OKC Houston game. Jay Main gave out Sterling Marte in the Mets game. He came through for a ribeye. There you go. There you go. 1 out, 2 to go. All right. Looks like you guys are getting that money. Everybody likes Ovechkin tonight. That might be the most public bomb out there tonight. Yeah, I like this. Now, Irish King, you are a dialed-in specimen, my friend. There's a Leonard goal. Why not? Why not? Peter says, leaders in the industry. Thank you, Peter. I hope you're talking about us. Jay Man likes the Boston. Team total over in the first half. No. Oh, man. Dallas and LA Clippers today and again Saturday, both in LA, says Kelly V. Phil the Kill says, Mikey Money. Still mad at that podcast that stole the NHL stat. Thieves, man. That happens, dude. You know, I've seen enough. I've seen enough that I know. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's a whole nother story. Danny Beats likes Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run. I could get down with that. Kelly V, that's what the ladies hoops play. Ramon gave us under. Okay. Just catching up here. Just catching up. Guys, okay, so you're saying the under? Okay, let's get to work. Dana Delp likes the Ellie De La Cruz stolen base. Man. Stop you says DK has an OV 2+ goal boost. Are they hiding it from me? Oh, there it is. Oh, that can't. I mean, they're boosting it, right? How much can I let you get down on it? $50? All right. I mean, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. What do they have their 3 at? What do they have the 3 at? We're no square shop here. We'll go boom or bust. Although plus 894 is pretty boom, isn't it? You can only get $50 on it, though. I mean, that's not bad. I'm not going to unit shame anybody, but, you know. Well, I mean, it's... What do we got? What do we got? My neighbors probably think I talk to myself all the time. I see him walking by looking. What are you looking at? Stop looking at me. Plus 1900, 3+. All right. I get a 50 on both of those, I guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Okay. Okay. You guys are funny. And yeah, you know what? It's like the RBI game, man. Nobody was talking RBIs until your boy came out here and set the fucking industry on fire. No credit. No credit. Just told I should ask for permission. It's crazy. It's crazy, this business. Ask for permission. What am I, a fucking small child asking for a cookie? Stop it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what them boys think out there. All right, let's get to work. Probably does think it's like a Seinfeld episode. Who the fuck's this guy talking about? That's what they told me. Should ask. Fuck am I gonna ask? So stupid. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready if you guys are. Talked enough smack. Talked enough crap. We talked about the OV. Yeah, I'll take the 2+ and 3+. I like the boost. I'll take the boost on that son of a bitch, too. And it makes sense here. I mean, they're, again, at home. Spencer Knight, Charlie Lindgren are the goaltenders, the net minders out there. So does that mean Chicago's a live spot in this game? I don't think so. They're bad. They're really bad. And they don't know what they're doing with goalies here. They got Spencer Knight. He's going to start again for the 5th time in 6 games. He's been playing pretty well, though. In all fairness, 29 of 31 shots. They lost 3-2. That was the shootout game against Colorado. And then Colorado taxed the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yuck. Capitals team, however, I think what they're doing is they've taken their foot off the gas. There's no doubt about that. You know, they're 1-3-1 in their last 5 games. But I don't think you run guys hard right up into the playoffs when you're one of the top teams in the league. This is another Stanley Cup potential. I don't think they're going to win the Cup. I told you guys already. I think it's Tampa Bay versus Colorado. But, look, they had that win against Boston. Then they play against Carolina. So this will be the 3rd game in 4 nights for the Washington Capitals. However, the fucking Blackhawks are just horrible. And that's got to be a gut-wrenching bust-up beatdown for the Blackhawks there. 3-2 shootout loss to the Colorado Avalanche. They were up the whole game. Ugly. We're not sure what's going on with Logan Thompson. That's always an issue as well. If the goaltender starts getting busted up, who do they go to? The Zamboni guy? That could be an issue. But for them, 16, 12, and 3 is Lindgren this year with a 2.68 goals against average and 89.6% save percentage, and it's the Chicago Blackhawks. So, a lot of people are laying the puck line. A lot of people like that puck line. I'm going to take the under. I got the under 6.5. I got it at even money. And there's a couple of reasons why. The Blackhawks on the road, if the opponent was on the road and they were at home, They find themselves 0-3-1. Just a travel situation. Like everyone's traveled, they lost focus, and they're not one of the best teams in the league, so there's just no need to go out there and bludgeon these guys. Take it easy, slide into this game, get the hell out of this game, and they're 0-3-1 in those spots. Not a huge sample, but nonetheless, we have the Capitals when they're at home. Playing the Central Division on a 6.5, they go under. It doesn't happen a lot, but when they go under, it goes under by 3.5 goals a clip. Blackhawks get potentially shut down. Capitals win this game 3-1. Ovi gets his hat trick, sets the record. We set the books on fire and probably get limited and banned across the books because $50 isn't enough for 2+. That's my thoughts. That's the way I'm going to attack this first game here. Under 6.5. I got it at plus money. Got the Caps under 6.5. Actually, I got it even money, I should say. I mean, technically, it's got a plus sign in front of it. Does that count? No, it doesn't count. No, it doesn't count. Okay. I mean, it's even money. So it counts as even money, right? That's how we count it. That's how we're going to count it. All right, we're going to go on to the second game here. I'll tell you this too, by the way. Respected betting report came through, the respected bettors. The two spots they hit are the Islanders and the Islanders under. I get it. Minnesota looks like shit, period. And neither team's really scoring. I don't think the Islanders have officially been eliminated. It don't look good. There is reverse line movement on this under for the Capitals game. And there's reverse line movement for the Red Wings as well. I'm not going to touch that Red Wings game. Carolina, Detroit. I mean, it should be an under. Are all three games going to go under tonight? Mouth. It's really bothering me. Kochetkov and Cam Talbot will start in goal for that Detroit and Carolina spot. Yeah, the better goaltender clearly in Kochetkov's 26-13-3. Cam Talbot 18-17-4. A little bit better on the goals against average side of things for Carolina than against. They've won 3 in a row. If Detroit's going to sneak him, I guess this is the goaltender to do it against. He allowed 4 goals on 31 shots in his last game. Still won. It was still a 6-4 win over the Islanders. They just got in a shootout. The other side of things here, the Red Wings, pretty much done, right? They're ever so barely alive. I mean, right now they're looking at the back of the driver's license to see what kind of donations they've made. That's the position that they're in here. They're just getting ready. They're just getting ready because this team's about done. But we'll see. Yeah, clearly motivation. Talbot almost had a shutout the other night, so he's playing better. That was St. Louis. Oh, so hot St. Louis Blues team. They ultimately lost because he shit the bed at the very end of the game. Like seconds left in the game to go to overtime, and then St. Louis takes it and snacks them. 95% save percentage. So my money would have to be on Detroit. And I don't want to put my money on Detroit. Minnesota, the Islanders, though. I'd look at this one and say we got Gustafsson and Sorokin in goal. At least Sorokin's the first guy off the ice, so he's likely. And we've got, the goaltending edge goes to Minnesota. 2.57 goals against average versus 2.85. 91.5% save percentage versus 90.3% save percentage. And Minnesota getting points. 0-2. Loser points. You lost in overtime twice. So they're still alive. Amazingly enough, they're still alive. You know, it used to be a time where you didn't want to lose into the playoffs. But, here they go. Minnesota Wild. And then on the other side of things, the Islanders. They're still hanging on. 0-4-2 in their last 6 games as well. I mean, it's just ugly. It's ugly on top of ugly on top of ugly. Sorokin allowed 3 goals in his last game out there. That was against Tampa, so that was a 4-1 loss. I can't get there with Minnesota. I took the Islanders. The Sharps are coming in there smacking down the Islanders. I'm going to follow suit. Who am I to challenge them in this case here? I didn't see it. I mean, I think the under makes a ton of sense for sure. You could maybe even parlay. What do the Islanders and the under look like? Let's see what that looks like from a parlay perspective. I just think you got to look for a big score. When you're trying to thread the needle in these types of games here, it's difficult enough to catch the win, but the Islanders and the under 5.5 are plus 225. I don't hate that price. I'm on the Islanders though. Minus 122 for me with the Islanders. Reasonable number, reasonable price tag. I think the home team is what it comes down to. Both teams are on life support, literally. But I think there's enough in the tank with the home team to find a way to get the W tonight. Not the sexiest game on the books, but it's a hockey game. We've been cashing a lot in the NHL, so why wouldn't we keep it rolling? Let's move on over to Major League Baseball. What do you guys have going on in the chat? Just looking, just perusing. Ribeye POD, my friend Chris Cavatini says. Okay. Good. Getting a thumbs up from a partner on a new show idea. Oh, man. I was going to tell you guys to start the show off, then I decided I better not. If I can't put it on the air first, someone else is taking it. That's what it comes down to. All right, Tampa Bay is going to pop off in Major League Baseball against the Texas Rangers. We have ourselves an AL East battle against some that thought might have a playoff hopeful opportunity here. But going to take a big leap on down. I think the Braves run line should be the play. Probably the under, too. Braves are 0-7, right? I don't know. It's a big card, but it's not a great card. I'll tell you what I got my problem with Baltimore and KC. Gun dogs back. Anytime a team brings their star player back, that first game you want to fade them. Now, can you fade him against Kansas City? Kramer versus Lugo. Kramer trying to bounce back. He had an 8.44 ERA we got the win though. Lugo, 5.4 ERA. He's trying to bounce back. Two guys I like the most. Two guys, take this for what you will. Two RBI looks that I like the most here. Pasquantino, Vinny P, as they call him, at plus 175. And I like Westberg. I got Westberg at plus 195. But it's tricky because I think this is a lower scoring game. So I don't know. I'm all over the map on this one. Probably. Look, if you're gonna fade the star player theory, right? If you're gonna fade the team because the star player is back in Baltimore and Gunnar Henderson, then you got to expect KC to win, and you got to expect if KC's going to win, Lugo's going to mow him down. So you take a same game parlay. Maybe I'll put that together. KC, the under, Lugo over K's, Westberg, and Pasquantino. There you go. I'm glad we were able to talk that out loud. I'm looking at the Tampa Bay game, though. Of course, with Tampa Bay, we've got ourselves a line that opened up at plus 108. Slight movement. It's oscillating. Sort of. 68% of the bets, but only 54% of the cash have come in on the Texas Rangers. What we see with the Texas Rangers here is, generally speaking, when we look at percentage of bets, if you guys are new checking this thing out, we look at the percentage of bets as all the tickets being issued. Kind of consider it the soup. It's the potatoes, the vegetables, the broth. It's everything. Everything's rolled in there. It's your parlays, your teasers, your props, your straight plays, your small plays, your $5 bettors, your $2 bettors, your 50-cent better. Everything's rolled into the bets. Then we look at the percentage of money, and we typically associate that with, the bigger bets. Bigger bets don't necessarily constitute sharper bets, but they're not messing around with teasers and parlays. They're just taking straight plays. And so we want to try to look at that and see, based on those two, is there a story being told here? And how do the books react? Now, the books have moved this thing 4 cents in favor of the Rangers. They went from minus 126 to minus 130. But there's that percentage of differential. We talked about it last night. We got it again here tonight. 14% differential coming in here in favor of Tampa Bay. So bigger bettors coming in on Tampa. Don't blame them. Molly's 5.4 ERA, didn't come up with a win. Lytle on the other side of things, 1.5 ERA, but he couldn't come up with the win. The problem that this Texas Ranger squad has, amazingly enough, they've got back-to-back wins. 1-0 wins. It's their pitching that's been saving the day for Texas. Tampa on the other side of things, they're hitting. 6-4 against Colorado, 6-1 against Pittsburgh, 7-0 against Pittsburgh, and then after a shutout, what happens? You get beat up. 4-2 against Pittsburgh. But they're finding pay dirt. You got to consider that, at the very least, in the fact that you got a team here that can score and has decent pitching to match, the other side of the equation here. What I'm going to do, though, because, I've talked about this before. Sometimes we want to let, like the other day when we were on the Brewers were bad, right? But we took them, and we took them full game and now we could have won the first 5 anyways. But the reason we wanted the full game was because you're really trying to thread the needle if you're going to take an ice cold batting lineup and try to say they're going to come out there in the first 5 innings and win. We wanted as much time as possible to get the win. This one's a little different. This one here, we want to take those cold bats and shrink that window of opportunity and exposure. Over the course of the game, do they get hot and figure it out? Maybe. Pitcher versus pitcher, I'll take Lytle over Male, and I'll take a spot here with the bats that are warm, that are finding a way to get things done here. I'll take some Tampa. Now, I can see the first 5 in full game. I'm not going to get too cute with it, though. I'm just going to take this first 5. I think this is one of those spots where you're catching a plus 107 price tag. You don't even have to consider the plus a half. The bets just aren't there for Texas right now, and that's good enough for us to ride. 5-2 on the season, but shit. Tampa Bay's 4-2. It's not like they're that far off. And they just had that loss against Pittsburgh after they nuked them. So give it to me. I'm comfortable with it. I like a little spot here. I wish Ha Sung Kim was playing. That's my guy. But and Lowe, I don't like that Josh Lowe's not in there either. But it's good for me. It's good enough. Look, I think we can get out there and sneak these boys. Cody Bradford's still out of that Texas Rangers lineup here. Probably part of the contributing factor to why these bats have not found success. And I'll take some success here with Tampa Bay in the first 5. That's a good one, Kelly V. You guys are really creative today. I like it. It's because they ain't us. How about when we were firing off Not Like Us? Back in like fucking May. You guys remember that? Everything was like hashtag Not Like Us. Literally. It was before they even came out with the song, I think. We were just banging that thing out there. So I love the contributions, you guys. I'd say too much winning, but that one might have, like to keep our feet out of the political sandbox or the political swimming pool. But all right, the Cincinnati Reds. I don't mind making the joke, though. To me, it's a joke. I hope nobody gets offended. What good's doing anything if you can't break balls while you're doing it? That's my motto. Okay, let's get into the Cincinnati Reds and Milwaukee Brewers. This line opened up at minus 116. It's now minus 124. 66% of the bets, but 55% of the cash coming in on the Brewers. I'll tell you, this line's been getting steamboat overnight into today, then again this afternoon into this evening. Some money coming back now, the public coming in on the Cincinnati Reds. The total, with 95% of the bets and 94% of the cash on the over, it has moved from 8 to 8.5. A lot of money coming in on that over. Alexander, Martinez, both guys will get out there trying to do their thing tonight. The Reds are struggling 2-5. The Brewers are struggling 3-4. We'll say this, the Brewers, I was joking with Jover the other day. I said, I think I've won on the Brewers every single game this season, either fading them or playing on them. Going all the way back to that Yankee series. KC, faded in that first game, whacked away at him the next 2 games. Then they play Cincinnati yesterday, and it's a 1-0 game. The Reds have now found themselves in 3 straight 1-0 losses. Yeah, the Reds are due. That's for sure. You don't have to know shit about anything to know that after you lose 3 games in a row, 1-0, 2 things are happening. 1, you're due. 2, you're still not scoring. And what we have ourselves here is when we have divisional games, totals at less than 8.5, when a team's been scoreless in consecutive games. Doesn't happen that often. Divisional, under 8.5, consecutive games. 51, 27, and 5 to the under. Did you need me to give you a trend for that one? Looking at these games, it should scream under to you. It did scream under to me. I did jump on. Now, I did get an 8.5. There's still 8s widely available, but I paid up a little bit for this 8.5. Minus 118. I just don't want to push. We know we got these 2 under monsters, these 2 under juggernauts. It's been a predominantly under day today on top of that, or at least it feels like it has. I cashed on the under in the Cubs. I cashed on the under in the Mets. I cashed on the under in what else? Not the Red Sox game. That was a fucking monster. That was free money. 8.5 moved to 9.5. It stopped at 9 and then shot itself up to 9.5 too. Phew. I'm on the under. I took the under in this game. Under for me, divisional teams. Neither team really out there showing any kind of, what do you want to call it? Pride in their batting. No pride. No, I'm going to say they don't have any pride, but they're struggling. That's bottom line. They're struggling. So let's take it. Let's run with it. Let's move on and talk about these 3 NBA games here. How about a little treat? We're talking about the Ovechkin parlay or the Ovechkin ladder. How about a little treat? How about we go back to the stable? Our starting 5 is a starting 3. And it's really down to 2.5. Vucevic got injured. He really hasn't been hitting his rebounds since. Scotty Barnes, I heard sharp bettors are pounding the Pistons. Pounding. I ain't laying 10.5, and I'm not taking the Raptors at plus 11. They probably do get nuked in this game. And I don't care what Scotty Barnes is doing. But who's the other guy? Who's the other show pony in the stable? It's Christian Braun. You guys know that. How about this? Take a look at his double-double tonight. He just got a double-double the other night. Now, big benefit for why he got the double-double the other night was Michael Porter was out of the lineup. And we know Michael Porter is a rebounding beast. Christian Braun is averaging 15.2. Remember we were taking Christian Braun when his point totals were 8.5s and 10.5s. He's averaging 15.2 games a season. His rebounding number is going to be the struggle. And that's 5.2 rebounds. But he does have double-digit rebounds in 2 of his last 3 games. So if you're going to take a swing on Ovi's hat trick, shit, why not parlay it with Christian Braun's double-double? 1,500 to 1,600 predominantly around the board. He's a big boy. You know we like him big in the NBA. 6'6" tall, 220 pounds. Sheer beast. And he's just been a monster at it. So I think you got to take a look at Christian Braun for his double-double. It's a fun little play. You know, be reasonable. It's a cup of coffee, right? It's not a mortgage payment type of thing. You don't think you're going to get rich quick with a little Christian Braun, but let me see what the best number is that we can find for this guy real quick. He is playing Golden State on top of that, and Golden State, obviously coming off that game against the Lakers last night. Second leg of a back-to-back. We know what happens. Kelly V told us. I'm still going to go against it tonight, but we saw it happen with the Bulls and the Raptors the other night there. It's a score fest. And if there's going to be a score fest, there's going to be tons of points. And that means there's going to be tons of shots, and tons of shots means lots of rebounds. 1,600, 1,900 at BetMGM. Nope, down to 1,600. So secret's out. 1,800 at FanDuel. There's a reason I'm spending this time talking to you guys about it. This is about the action I'm invested in. And I think you got to take a shot at it. So for what it's worth, take that and consider it. Let's keep her moving, and let's go to the Phoenix Suns Boston Celtics game. The other night we saw the Celtics and the Heat. And then Memphis Heat. Sons of guns. This line opened at 14.5. It dropped down to 13.5. It's come back to 14.5. The 13.5 to 14.5 has all been in the last 60 minutes. 66% of the bets and 63% of the cash are coming in on the Celtics. The total's gone from 226 to 226.5 to seeing some 227s. 91% of the bets and 91% of the cash are on the over. Sorry. I hate when this thing's dinging and chiming, and it's all right. It's not professional. I apologize. Anyhow, Celtics, obviously, as I mentioned, coming off that loss to Miami, 124-103. They were 10.5-point favorites. We know that the Celtics like to find themselves in bounce-back positions. The Suns have found themselves the recipient of 4 straight losses. Now, they did beat the Bucks. March 24th. It was 108-106. They were 3-point favorites. They did not cover. They haven't covered in a monster stretch of games. They did play Boston at home. Boston melted them. 132-102. Crushed them. They go on the road to Minnesota. They get beat up again. And Minnesota on top of that, which is pathetic because Minnesota at home is not a place you want to be involved. 124-109. They go down to Houston, or they go back home. I'm sorry. They play Houston. They get rinsed by Houston by 40 points. Crush job by Houston. And then they go back to Milwaukee. So they're in the second revenge spot for Milwaukee. Milwaukee finally gasses them. 133, 123, a 6.5-point dogs. All of that to be said, I'm going to take some Boston. I think this is a Boston smash spot. Not only because they're pissed off and they want to fire back. They're 11-0. When the total's less than 230.5, they're off a game they didn't cover by 14 or more points. When they fire back in a big way. Their average margin of victory is 20.8 points per game in those spots. Blowouts. And the Suns, by the way. How about an intersecting zero? We love our intersecting zeros. As road dogs against a team that's off a loss as a favorite, they're 0-8. They're not just 0-8. They're getting nuked by 17 points a game in those spots out there. Sign me up. I'm in. I don't play Boston too much. But I'm on today. I got minus 14. I got it at minus 109 as well. And yeah, I mean, it all lines up for us, right? And the best part about that trend is we're looking at a situation that plays on Boston and fades the Suns in a spot that we know Boston likes to come back after they got, busted up. So I feel pretty good about that. I could have played this next game 2 ways. I still might. OKC and Houston. I mean, it screams to me OKC minus. This just screams to me fire. This almost screams fire the mortgage on OKC, but I would never tell you guys to do that. The challenge I have is 65% of the bets and 59% of the cash are on OKC Thunder. It hasn't moved. What the hell's going on? It hasn't moved. The Rockets, 228.5 moved down to 227s, and you got 94% of the bets and 90% of the cash on the over. Overall, looking at these two teams, yeah. Should it be OKC, and should OKC kick them in the face? Yeah, I think so. OKC's been running. What do you want to say? It's like we got 6 teams that are good, 3 teams that are in the middle, and then everybody else sucks. And these guys are one of the 6 teams that are good, right? What do we got to keep going over it? How about the Rockets, though? 4-1 in their last 5. Their only loss came to the Lakers at the Lake Show after being on the road for 3 games. They even managed the bounce-back revenge spot for the Utah Jazz, and they nuked them. They beat them 121-110 in Utah. Then they beat them by almost 40 points the other night back at home. So the Rockets are firing. Maybe that's a little bit of why we're not seeing the line movement the way I thought it should with all this money coming in on the Thunder. Isaiah Joe is questionable. Jalen Williams should be out. Dang should be out. And then on the other side of things for the Rockets, Landale and Brooks are questionable. Continue to be questionable. I rode the under. OKC finds themselves in an intersecting zero position for us. Total more than 218.5 after at least 30 free throws the previous game. And they're going under by 17 points a game. Healthy margins are the key that we're looking for with some of these numbers. And what I love about that one is it tells us that we got a total that's not, we're not looking at like one of the lowest totals on the card, right? And the fact that they got at least 30 free throws means you're selling high. They snuck in a lot of bullshit little onesie twosies to inflate that previous game total up. And we're seeing that the fire back after that is an under, and it's going under by 17 points a game. On the other side of things, it's Houston. When they're playing a team that's got less than 2 days of rest, off an 8-point or greater win, and scored at least 130 points. In other words, short rest, just put up a shitload of points, inflated their team totals on the year. They find themselves 20-0 to the under. 20-0 to the under. It's good enough for me. We're not splitting the atom here. We got a 20-0 under. We got two trending situations. If they can make sense, that's like the best spots of all, right? We got inflated previous game results based on free throws and just going out there busting up a shit team like Utah. And so when the book's algorithm comes out there to try to put a number on it, they can't figure out where to do it. It's skewing based on it's the sell high factor. And they happen to intersect themselves. We haven't really got that in both games. So we'll take OKC. I'll go head to head with Kelly V if I have to. I'd rather not, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how that one shakes out. But I do like the intersecting zeros with the fact that we got reverse line movement and we got overinflated previous game results out there. It's good enough for me. Nuggets, Warriors, God bless you. I don't know how you get invested in that one. I'll tell you this, the line's flip-flop. It's come through zero, plus 1.5 to minus 1.5. 60% of the bets, only 48% of the cash on the Nuggets. Warriors got to be fucking wiped after shutting down the Lakers yesterday. Shut them down. It was embarrassing. Mavericks and Clippers. I'd say under, but you got 87% of the bets and 87% of the cash on the over. It's gone up a full point. So you have correlated movement to the over. If it's going to go over, I would say you probably got to look at Dallas at 10.5. Take all those points. Big movement. It went from +5 to +10.5. So somebody's out of that game. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek and see who's out of this game. I don't see an injury report just yet. Just more reason not to be involved in that game. Pelicans and Lakers I've been involved in. It's the second leg of a back-to-back. I know. 14 moved to 15 for the Lakers. They got to be pissed off. They got to be angry. 73% of the bets, 70% of the cash. This line's moved from 14 to 15. It just moved to 15, by the way. Wonder how the just move factors are ringing out for us. I will say this, by the way, going back to that Denver Golden State game, the one thing that did jump out, there is a trend on there. When the home team's off of back-to-back road games, the under prevails when it's between the threes. So the fact that we're not sure what line the books should put on this thing, and the fact that we've crossed through zeros, it does say that 236.5, you should look at the under. 69 and 34. 69, 34, and 2, technically. And you got the benefit of 2 more points in your pocket. So for anybody that is looking for action or considering that play, that's just kind of the FYI that I have on that one. But we're looking at this game here with the Lakers and the Pelicans with 92% of the bets, 93% of the cash on the over. It's coming down, down, down. Pissed off Lake Show team. 123-116 was that final yesterday as a 1-point favorite. Now, the line did reverse against them. So with all due respect, the line was telling us that it should have been Golden State. I just thought they had too much talent. I didn't know Golden State was going to go out there and punch him in the mouth. But look, before that, they played Houston. They held Houston to that 98-pointer. They played Memphis, dumbass Ja Morant again. The league tells him, we'll just give you a warning. Don't do it again. He goes back out there. He does it again. Can't help stupid. And everybody looks to be projections there's going to be a lot of dudes out of this game. That's why the number is as high as it is for the Lakers, despite being on the second leg of a back-to-back. Not a popular pick here. But I got to take the under. Look, I get it. Tough loss. You know, the worst part for the Lakers, we mentioned this yesterday, it's 1 point differential between seeding in the Western Conference for those two teams. There was a lot on the line yesterday, and I do think the Lakers had to expend themselves to try to get that thing closed up at the end. Luka played like shit. LeBron was flopping around like the aforementioned baby seal. He went down in the. I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at the circumstance. He went down in the first quarter with no points. It's like, what, dude? Anyhow, they weren't mentally checked into that game. They're going to probably pick this one up, and I don't know if they cover or not. But Austin Reeves played a shitload of minutes. So did Luka. So they got to be tired. But I don't care because you got the New Orleans Pelicans team that's got the worst offense in the NBA coming out of the All-Star break. The worst. Nobody worse than this offense. They've not scored over 100 points in 4 straight. They haven't gotten to 107 of their last 10. Lakers tend to come out flat, look like shit in the first quarters. Good look to say maybe they're under first quarter. But this Pelicans team is just so bad. 6 games left. 2 games ahead of 8th place. LA Clippers are these LA Lakers here. So they got to be motivated. They got to go punch these guys in the mouth, of course. And look, if you want a motivation spot not to come out flat, their remaining schedule, they got 2 games against OKC, a game against Houston, a game against Portland, and a game against Dallas. Only 1 home game. So this is win to stay in contention for this Lakers team. That's why I can negate the second back spot there. You got an offense that's putrid, and you got a Lakers team that's got to be pissed off and motivated. They're going to have to dig down deep and figure this thing out. I don't see it being a high-scoring game whatsoever. I'm going to take the under. I got the under. What did I get the under at? Let's take a peek. 223. 223 at minus 112. Under. Lakers. Second leg of a back-to-back. But this team is so bad on the other side that I don't care. We'll take it. We'll run with it. That's the way we're going to put a bow on the show here. 2 NBA unders. A big spread on the Boston Celtics. We got the Cincinnati Reds under 8.5. Tampa Bay first 5. We got the Islanders. We got the Capitals under 6.5. And a bunch of player props to go along with it, you guys. I hope you have a great night. Hope you enjoy the betting content. I hope you make a bunch of money so that you guys can come in tomorrow for the UFC live stream where we do what we do. It's going to be a ton of fun. Make sure you check out my guy, Ramon Scott. And by the way, all that other content. Don't forget the rugby game. 2:30 in the morning, the big feature matchup that them boys broke down. Smythe and Dan, some Australian mates. Trying to give you guys a way to get some cash overnight here. So let's check that out. Smash the thumbs up if you guys could on this video. And of course, all the videos. It's good business. Toss a comment with your favorite plays in there as well. And we'll see you guys again real soon. Check out my man, Ramon Scott, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Until then, good luck, good bets, good cocktails.